Donnie Darko, Battle Royale, Elvira, Oldboy, Shaun of the Dead, CB4, and more.
Welcome to 4K Kings. I'm Matt.
I'm Russ.
And let's get right into the news.
Let's do it.
Out on April 26th on Ultra HD for about $60 is the Donnie Darko 20th Anniversary 4K set from Arrow. It is being released in the US and in the UK. So this is a deluxe box set which includes 4K restorations of both cuts of the film, the theatrical and the director's cut. The theatrical cut includes a commentary from Richard Kelly and Jake Gyllenhaal, and a commentary with additional cast and crew members, so a couple of commentaries there. The director's cut includes a commentary from Richard Kelly and Kevin Smith. Some additional features on these discs are there's a making of documentary, there's a production diary, there's 20 deleted scenes and alternate scenes, archival featurettes, Richard Kelly's 1996 short film, The Goodbye Place. And then you have the actual box set, which of course is from Arrow, which looks amazing. It includes a 100-page illustrated hardcover book featuring new writings from Kelly and Gyllenhaal. It has the traditional, double-sided fold-out poster, 6 double-sided collector's postcards, limited edition packaging, and so on. Obviously, this has been released before. Theatrical versions, the director's cuts, all kinds of special editions have come out, but Arrow specifically has already put this out approximately 4 years ago in a very nice set. It was a nice hard box, and it came with all these types of things as well.
I was about to say, the box for the original Arrow release, the standard Blu-ray is similar to this one, just with the Frank on the cover this time. Yeah,
I don't know, they always really harp on the Frank imagery with this movie, which
it sells.
Yeah, it sells. I mean, I don't know that it has to be there all the time, but it is. But you're right. The original Blu-ray box set had a really nice just image of Frank, and that was it. The other thing that I noticed is that all of the featurettes, all of the bonuses, all of the commentaries, literally everything that's being included here was already on the box set that came before it.
So there's nothing new on this.
There's absolutely nothing new.
The HDR.
Correct. So all you'd be buying this for is if you've never bought it before, or you really want the 4K upgrade. I did not do a side-by-side on the the content that you receive inside the box set, but it's very similar, obviously. But as far as what you're getting, it's just the upgraded disc. So I'm not probably going to upgrade this. Once I saw this was announced, I immediately went. I was like, oh yeah, this is a pre-order for sure. Whatever. It looks really great. But then when I dug deeper on it, I was like, I don't know that I necessarily need to pay another $60 and buy this again just for the disc upgrade. I'm good, I think.
Oh yeah, totally, especially for that price. Definite purchase if you did not pick up the original Arrow release. I actually think this movie's underrated a bit.
Underrated?
Surprising to say. I know. I think this is one of those films that is underrated by the right people and overrated by the wrong people. I think Fight Club suffers from this. Scarface suffers from this, where I think once this film was too big to fit in everyone's back pocket, and it was, Hot Topic merchandise, basically, I felt like everyone turned on it. It didn't help that Richard Kelly did nothing worth mentioning after this.
It did kind of make it look like a fluke, he didn't know what he was doing and just stumbled upon magic.
It was a happy accident, and honest, and you can tell not only from what his future output, Southland Tales. Has anybody finished that? Prove me wrong though. I'd love to see Richard Kelly come back and do something as worthy as this film.
So I will say right now, and I don't know how you'll feel about this, but I've only seen the director's cut. Because when a special edition, I think it was DVD, came out, it was a special edition director's cut. I don't think they had both. So when it came out, and I got that because that's all it came with was the director's cut, and it was a special edition, so I got it and I watched it. That's all I really knew. But then to come to find out, the director's cut, it seems kind of helps you along a little bit. It's a little bit more where Richard Kelly is interjecting things to maybe explain what's happening because maybe the audience was lost the first time. I am very interested actually in watching the theatrical cut now.
It's better.
The next time I watch this movie, I will watch the theatrical cut probably because I'm interested in seeing it and maybe not given all the breadcrumbs to the story. Even though now I know what it is, I'd be interested to see what the original vision was.
I don't think it was Richard Kelly's intention. I think that, as I said before, it's a happy accident. I think it just happened to work. The flaws worked in its favor, adding to the mystery. the director's cut where he tried to, like you said, add into it.
Yeah.
But when I say this is underrated, I'm not saying this is a masterpiece. It's not that great of a movie. It's just a really good movie, and it's a really good debut.
When I first saw this movie, I would say I did not, even watching the director's cut, I don't think I sat back and thought like, oh, I get that. I think like you said, it's like very like David Lynch. I mean, it definitely wasn't putting it all out there on your first viewing. So it took a little bit of time to rewatch and maybe pay a closer attention to things, maybe do some research or whatever. But I think this movie unlocked in my brain for me when I realized it was essentially Back to the Future 2. And I think that's what always kind of hit home for me, because I love Back to the Future 2, and the storyline for Back to the Future 2 is there's like an alternate timeline that gets created, and then he's got to repair that to get back to regular time. And it's essentially the same thing in this movie. He corrects the issue, and then he gets back to the real timeline where he should have been, and he gets destroyed. In the alternate timeline, he gets pulled away, and then this new timeline is created because he needs to be killed all along.
Yeah, the new timeline is the movie we're watching.
Right, so he has to come back to that, and then whatever can happen can happen. But I don't know, it's a good movie. I enjoy it. I'm not going to keep buying it, though. Like you said, not doing it.
Nah, but if you haven't bought it, if you didn't pick up that initial blue release, definitely worth picking up.
Yeah.
Support Arrow.
Absolutely. Arrow is, of course, doing a great job with this regardless. It's just, at this point, I think I'm good. Yeah. Also from Arrow, out on April 26th, same day, on Ultra HD for approximately $80, and this is UK only, is the Battle Royale limited edition 4K set.
Note to our listeners and viewers, though, UK only 4K players are region free.
They are region free.
So you can import this and it will play perfectly fine.
4K players play everything. So don't be discouraged by these UK only releases. If you're a 4K king as well, then you have the right 4K king shit to play these releases. So, deluxe 5-disc box set of Battle Royale includes 4K restorations of the theatrical versions and the director's cut, Battle Royale 2 Requiem on Blu-ray, Battle Royale 2 Revenge on Blu-ray, a soundtrack CD featuring the complete score. Now, again, it's Arrow. It's a huge box set, so they're going to give you the works. This set comes with a 120-page monograph on the director, an illustrated collector's booklet, collector's trump card set, reversible poster with new artwork, and they are releasing this entire box set on Blu-ray as well. So if you don't have 4K and you want this whole great set in Blu-ray, you can get either one. I've never seen these films. Arrow putting it out, it's pretty awesome. It does make me want to watch this movie because it has been touted as a great film, and you look at these great sets and it's like, you know, what's all the buzz about? Maybe it's something worth checking out 30 years later.
I'm in the same boat as you again. This film's always been on my radar. I just never got around to watching it. This release has piqued my interest. This looks incredible. It is a steep price.
They're $80.
Steep, but what you just, I mean, you're getting the soundtrack, you're getting Ultra HD
sequels.
feature, the sequels. You're getting a complete package with this. It's, as you said, this is touted as a classic. I'm fucking up apparently and not watching it.
Yeah. Tarantino talked about this before.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, Tarantino said it was either like the best movie of the past 20 years or something, or it was up there. I know it was. I think he ranked like a top 20 of his favorite movies the past 30 years, and that might have been number one, if I recall correctly.
Well, so
Hunger
anyway,
Games, Arrow, pick it up.
Hunger Games, Lord of the Flies mixed Battle Royale limited edition set out same day as the Donnie Darko set, 426 on Ultra HD for approximately $80.
So basically, if you're a huge fan of children and teenagers getting killed, that is your day. Arrow's got you covered.
Hello, darling. It's me, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the sassy lassie with the classy chassis.
So, same day, 426. It's a big release day for Arrow. On Blu-ray only, though. $40, US and UK release. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Now, this is a Steelbook edition, so this has already been out via Arrow, and they're just re-releasing this in their Steelbook version. They released this about a year ago. The Steelbook edition is the same. It's got different art, though. And this release, as did the old one, included a 2018 restoration from a 4K scan, a director introduction, a 2017 audio commentary by the director, and a man named Patterson Lundquist, who is the webmaster of ElviraMistressOfTheDark.com and also a judge of the US TV show The Search for the Next Elvira. So He's on there with a commentary. 2018 feature-length documentary on the making of, special effects featurettes, limited edition steel with a limited edition booklet. So I only know Elvira from going to video stores as a kid. That's the only thing. Maybe was flipping around on TV and saw her before, but never, always thought she was a host.
Yeah, she had her own.
Right, like a Joe Bob
Like,
Briggs thing, right? Yeah, so she introduced films as well. But I've never seen a movie that she's actually in. Now, I will say that I don't really like the art for either one of these releases. I don't like the art for the original one, and I don't like... I don't like that they're illustrated. I mean, Elvira is a very unique character. She's known by her bosom. That was always the focal point on every box cover she ever put out or ever had. And now all of a sudden,
that was part of the shtick.
It was part of the shtick. But now they're putting out these like half-assed illustrated versions that I don't feel like represent her at all. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's hard. Little backstory there. Just getting a U.S. release of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark on Blue has been years. It took Arrow. There were always special editions and talks with different companies. Rights issues kept it from being released. The fact that Arrow actually got this released is a miracle. But as you said, this is just the Steelbook reissue. If you didn't pick up the initial one, get this. But there's nothing new here. I did pick up this initial special edition when it came out. I actually even have the Region B UK import of it because I was nervous that the US was never going to get this film because of rights issues.
Is it a good film?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Campy, it's fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's...
Elvira.
It's what you just described to her. That's what this movie is.
Yep.
Think a campier, I know that sounds strange, but think a campier, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Okay.
And Paul Rubens and her came from the same, like, comedy troupe.
Groundlings?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how much nostalgia plays a factor in this. I saw it a lot as a child. But it's a fun movie. I've watched it not too long ago. It holds up for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's a blast.
Awesome. I actually didn't know that she was in the Groundlings, and that's kind of funny because she's in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I say you let me have him first.
Yep.
In the biker bar. And it's something where if you're familiar with Elvira, when you see this woman that's in the biker bar, you immediately like know like that person looks familiar, but you don't know why or where, but because she doesn't have the black wig on, but her face and who she is, and she's of course in that movie representing her chest as well.
She's basically like, it's satirical. It's having fun with the, like, applying the bimbo mentality to a Vampirella type character. I think people confuse that with her. Same way they do with Pee Wee Herman and Paul Rubens, honestly. So if you're a fan of that style and that era, definitely, dude, check out Elvira. It's worth it. It's not a classic like Big Adventure, but it's fun. Yeah. It's definitely fun.
Awesome. Maybe I'll check it out.
Wasn't that film great? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you that film was great? I didn't lie to you, did I? Now, I'm going to tell you this little story about how this film came about.
Lastly, out on April 26th, again from Arrow, on Blu-ray for $40, US and UK release is The Switchblade Sisters.
Yes.
This film has a brand new commentary by film historians and critics. It's got some archival documentaries. It's got featurettes. It's got a reversible sleeve featuring new art. It's got illustrated collector's booklet. So when I was taking a look at this one, Arrow's not doing some big to-do for this. It's just, you know, a nice release with some good features on there, new art and so on. People that were in the forums were more so saying that they are going to stick with a different release that they already have. So a studio named Subculture put out a release of this in 2016, and people are saying that they want to hang on to that one because it contains a commentary with Quentin Tarantino, where this one does not.
So I was going to ask you that.
It's not.
I literally was waiting for you to read through the features because I was like, I know I've heard the Tarantino commentary. It was on the DVD as well.
Yep. There's archival documentaries and other commentaries from historians and critics and stuff, but the one from Quentin Tarantino was not transferred over here. So people are like, you know, I love Arrow, but I'm going to probably pass because the stuff that was on Subculture was nice as well. So people are...
I own that. And that is a good release.
Yeah. So people are torn. It's kind of like maybe I just wait until the 4K comes out because lately Arrow's been doing a lot of like, let's put the blue out, let's put the 4K out later. They've been doing a little bit of that, you know, just like you saw Donnie Darko. It hasn't been that long.
That's true. And I was just about to say, I guarantee you, because Arrow puts so much care into their releases, that I guarantee you the transfer on this is probably better than on that one that exists. But you're right. If it's lacking some of those old features, I will be holding on to my other release as well.
Just as we said before, Quentin Tarantino kind of put his stamp on Battle Royale. This is another movie that he recommends. I've never seen this either.
He literally did it. And Tarantino doesn't do commentaries on his own films.
I was going to ask about that,
But he did it on this. I mean, he's done commentaries on a few others.
Why does he feel so passionately about this movie?
This was his girl gang movie, but it also had a little bit of women prison in there. It had a lot of different types of films, you know, in Switchblade Sisters. To me, Switchblade Sisters is his masterpiece.
But this is one of those movies. I'm actually just going to paraphrase Tarantino because I love what he said about it, and he is spot on. He's talked about how whenever he would show this film in theaters, like at his theaters, you know, the midnight screenings and whatnot, he said every time he noticed a pattern where the audiences, for about the first 15 or 20 minutes, are laughing at it. Similarly to like a Miami Connection or The Room, or like laughing at it like it's a fun, bad movie. And then he said something interesting happens about 30, 40 minutes in. Everyone starts to get quiet. And it's like, because at first you were laughing at this absurdity, it's a B movie, but about around the 30-minute mark, you start to care about these characters. And it's still kind of absurd. It's still, you know, exploitation. It's that era. And by the end of the movie, you're not laughing at all anymore. You're actually caught up into the plot. You're caught up into these characters. It's a blast. It's like I said, it kind of works on both ways. You can watch it seriously, or you could watch it as an unintentional comedy, and it's entertaining from beginning to end.
Now that you describe that, I actually remember us having this conversation before, and I remember when we had it. It was when I was telling you about that interview with Quentin Tarantino where he was recommending Hands on a Hard Body. And what I said to you is exactly what he said about it, is that at first you're laughing at this movie, but by the middle of it, you're like totally invested. And I remember telling you that story and you were like, that's Switchblade Sisters.
Switchblade Sisters and Hands on a Hard Body couldn't be, they're very different movies, but that vibe,
that sentiment
for sure.
Of it.
And I'm a big fan. I'm wearing a Miami Connection shirt. I am a big fan of that style of like, wow, if you can win me over and I'm having fun at the same time, like that's a hard tone to balance. Right. And this is a beautiful example of it done perfectly.
So out now on Ultra HD Steelbook from Zaavi or Zaavi, we don't know, but I'm going to keep on saying Zaavi because I think I like that better, is Oldboy in 4K. So again, just like Elvira, this was previously released by Arrow. About a month ago, it came out in 4K. And now Zaavi's releasing this in a Steelbook version. So these versions that were released, the discs are the same. They're 4K restorations from the original camera negative, supervised by Park Chan-wook himself. The features include newly translated English subtitles, audio commentary with Park, a commentary with Park and the cinematographer, and another commentary with Park and all of the actors. It's got deleted scenes, it's got featurettes, it's got interviews with the cast and crew, and then the second disc has a feature-length documentary called Old Days, which was actually released in 2016 as a standalone, and it's feature-length about the making of the movie, and they've kind of put it all together here in this set. And the first pressing receives an illustrated booklet. So this is the first time Oldboy's been released in 4K. The Arrow did, and now this re-release is also 4K. But there's been, obviously, so many great releases of this already. You know, you had that Elevator one that you've got. Arrow put a sick box set out before that was all three movies in the trilogy, and I remember all the discs had, I don't know if it was like a different weapon on them or something. It looked really nice, and that Elevator release was really nice also. There's been releases, I think that was German. There's been releases all over the world that have been really, really awesome for this movie. But this is now out. I feel like the cover art here is a little goofy, to be honest.
It really is.
It's kind of dumb.
It looks like the
LMFAO.
Yeah, it looks like that guy on the cover. Think about the ending of this movie and look at that cover.
I know, it's like it's so stupid. It really is. That art's like really lame. So this is another one. I think you even said it for Donnie Darko. This one's been released to death at this point. Like there's been so many releases that have come out. We're
going to give this the 4K Kings Evil Dead Award.
There's a lot, and it's a great movie, but you're probably good at this point. Whatever, you know, if you're able to get anything, go out there and see some of these great box sets and get that. This is the first time it's out in 4K. I don't know about the transfer or how good it looks, but it's an excellent movie. If you've never bought it before and you're interested in getting something, I would just get I don't know about the Steelbook. I would just get the one that Arrow put out. The Steelbook looks like crap. It'll probably have a dent in it when you get it. So you might as well just go for the Arrow one. Nice try, Zaavi.
Hey, no, I respect Zaavi's hustle. I want to know whoever has the job at Zaavi to just keep an eye on Arrow's release schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're doing next.
Sure.
You wait. Donnie Darko is about to get a Steelbook from Zaavi.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm getting this. I don't know if it's worth the double dip at this point. Maybe just wait for the 4K trilogy. I feel like if that came out, I'd be on it. But this, I don't know that I just want to buy Oldboy again.
Elevator release that includes all three of the films.
Yeah.
So I don't need this at all.
All right, well, it's not worth it. It's not worth your time. Nice try, Zaavi. I wanted to take a second to talk about Everything Blue. They have a couple of interesting collector's editions coming out, but I had never heard of them before. I stumbled upon them when I saw that they are releasing Shaun of the Dead in 4K. Everything Blue is a UK company who specializes in packaging and original or unique collector's items. That's essentially it. So they're really good at making packaging, and think of like what Arrow puts out, all the little tchotchkes that go inside. They are typically Steelbook releases, and they typically are transfers from discs that already have come out in the format. So they're not, breaking any new release in 4K. They're just kind of grabbing something that's already there and packaging it with their great, items.
Distribution.
Yeah. So they've got a line of custom collector's merchandise for select films. They're a small company. They don't have a lot of releases under their belt at all. And their sets seem to sell out almost immediately, and then they sell for double in the aftermarket because they're typically very limited, like less than 1,000. They've put out limited 4K releases already in collector's boxes such as Casino, Boys in the Hood, Gladiator, Schindler's List, Psycho, and Halloween, and a few more. But the release that's coming out for them is Shaun of the Dead in 4K. And it's coming out for approximately $70. It's limited to only 850, and this is what it includes: a region-free Ultra HD and Blu-ray, the Blue Pack, what they're calling it, the slipcase that everything comes in, which is a trademark name, Blue Pack. It's a Blue Pack slipcase with a premium finish, satin varnish, multi-level embossing with spot gloss and metallic detailing. So they're really specific about their box, and they are telling you all the details about it. They must be very proud. It comes with an art folder to hold all the collector's items that you get, which include an A4 size poster, a Winchester beer mat, a red gel pen, a 28-page perfect bound photo booklet, 8 large illustrated art cards, 6 extra large character cards, 1 premium envelope with some foiling on it, an extra thick display struck card with an original poster art, and more. So all of the things that I just mentioned is kind of, again, the standard fare, with the exception of, say, like the Winchester beer mat or the red gel pen. For these other releases like Casino, it might be like dice or something that's kind of more...
A vice grip.
Yeah, exactly. This is a pretty gnarly set. Shaun of the Dead has already come out in a Cornetto trilogy with the other movies, but it was essentially just kind of like a chintzy little box that just slid in. This, again, is really nice looking. You had mentioned that you bought stuff from Everything Blue before.
I bought Shaun of the Dead from Everything Blue before.
Yes.
The same thing that you're describing, only it wasn't 4K. This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they put out all 3 of these films before singly. They put them out, again, in some really nice looking boxes. The trilogy has 3 really awesome cases that go together. So they're definitely putting out good stuff. I mean, these are nice items.
As a confirmed buyer,
yeah,
yes, what you described as the care put into the packaging, these boxes, they're sturdier and nicer than Arrow's, like those nice RoboCop, Last House on the Left type, like big releases that Arrow does. These cases are sturdier, they're sleek, like more than that.
Just looking at the Hot Fuzz box that they put out for their Blu-ray, like they were mentioning, what did they say? Satin varnish, multi-level embossing. I mean, you can see it. It looks legit.
And that's not hyperbole. Like, I'm talking to you, that Shaun of the Dead set I got, like, this thing is beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's really well done. So they really put a lot of effort into it. If you've never owned these movies in 4K and you were thinking about buying it, this would be something to take a look at. I mean, they are a little bit expensive. This set in particular is $70. If you don't buy it when it comes out, you can probably get it for $150 if you're lucky on eBay. Yeah. They really do go up there fast. But it is a really nice looking release. They'll probably do the same thing with the other 2, put these out in 4K. And actually, 2 weeks from now, they're doing the same thing with Get Out. So Get Out 4K is coming out by Everything Blue. All the same, items that you're going to get, all the art, all the great box, like it's all the same kind of stuff. Again, it's $70, limited to 850. Yeah, so they're all steelbooks slid inside these really nice boxes, come with really nice memorabilia, and it's probably, like I said, it's the release that already came out, but if you haven't bought it before and you're able to get this on time when they release it, this is the one to go.
I say they call me Trumaine, the ebony lover. I validate the theory when I'm under the cover.
It's the sport of kings, better than diamond rings.
Football.
Wildcats. So out May 18th on Blue from Shout Select in its Blu-ray debut.
It's the sport of kings, better than diamond rings.
Wildcats. No news or anything on the special features. It's Shout Select. I've gotten a few bare bones from them before. Sometimes you'll see collector's editions that do come with a lot. They're not touting this as a collector's edition, so I don't know that you can expect much. But it is a Blu-ray debut. When I saw this was announced, I was like, I don't really care what's on it. You could Kino Lorber yourself all over me for Wildcats, and I would pick this up. So I'm definitely going to get this movie.
I'm with you, dude. I don't care about features. This is a childhood staple. Day one pickup.
Absolutely.
A little bit of trivia for you.
Okay.
This is Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes' I guess, third sports-related film. They're together in this film, Wildcats, with football.
Okay.
Basketball, White Men Can't Jump.
Got it, yep. Hockey. No hockey. Baseball.
And actually, I was thinking Major League. Like, Woody Harrelson wasn't in Major League.
No.
Shit.
It's only two, Russ. They're two sports films. Money Train. Is that a sport? I didn't see that movie.
Acting with Jennifer Lopez is
a sport. That's a sport. I love how Woody Harrelson, I don't know, I can't recall exactly. I think Wesley Snipes has always looked pretty young, but Woody Harrelson has always kind of looked like an older dude to me, and I can't believe that they cast him as a high school student. I think that's hilarious. Isn't he like already losing his hair? I mean, I think he just looks like he's obviously 30, but he's supposed to be 18. Really? I mean, this came after Cheers, right? And yes, Cheers, he's...
Oh, wait, no. This was 86.
Was it before Cheers?
If he was on Cheers when Wildcats came out, like, it was the same exact time.
I'm going to look
Plus,
it up.
I think they probably would have built him up more in Wildcats if he was on the most popular show of that time, you know?
So he was 25. He was born in 1961. Wildcats. Love it. Love it. Nipsey Russell and Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Russell.
So anyway, day one by May 18th. Wildcats.
That's you? Mom!
Martha!
Chester?
Bess!
What the hell's going on?
Out now on Blu-ray from Paramount, the Rodney Dangerfield and Jonathan Brandis classic, Ladybugs. This was previously released by Lionsgate back in 2010, out of print. So this is now music to the fans' ears that this is finally coming back out again. It is a catalog release. There's absolutely nothing on it to speak of. Both Rodney and Jonathan Brandis are dead, so they cannot come back and give you anything new. Sorry, fans of Ladybugs. I'm also unsure on the transfer. I don't know if it's the same one as before or something new that Paramount's doing. Who knows? But, you know, this is just one of those movies that I really kind of strangely enjoy. I don't know if I'm going to buy this or not, but it did pique my interest. Pique my interest. Thoughts?
Again, I'm in total agreement with you. I've watched this a lot as a kid. I can't say it's a good movie.
I know.
But there is something very enjoyable about it. And if somebody gifted it to me, like, it would go on my list to pick up eventually, but I'm not rushing out day one and picking up Ladybugs.
This better be less than $15. I don't know what it is, but it better not be anything more than that. What's that scene when Rodney is in the bar and the bartender's like totally misunderstanding what he's saying, and he's like,
What happened anyway?
Well, what happened was I took her son and I dressed him up like a girl and I talked him into playing with me.
There's like a lot of Rodney Dangerfield-esque moments that are just great in this movie.
I missed that era, like the 80s and early 90s, where tonally stuff was just all over the place.
It was.
Like, this was a movie for kids, and we're making jokes about
cross-dressing, sort of. You had, you know, like where he fell in love with the girl, but she thought he was a girl, but he really isn't a girl.
You know what I think of the most when I think of this movie? The first thing that pops in my head, and I don't know why, is Jonathan Brandis, like, clearly in love with that girl and
Yeah.
that dream song's playing.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking
Yep,
about?
mhm.
I don't know why. That's the first thing that always pops in my head with this movie.
Yep. No, so I don't know. It's out. Like you said, who knows? Maybe it'll be like a bargain bin $4.99 pickup when I feel like I want to check this movie out again.
Like you said.
Have you
that
seen it
other
lately?
one- No.
Me neither. I feel like that's also suspect. You know, who knows? You get that and you're like, damn, this is not good or not what I was hoping. Or maybe it's like become funnier from a new ironic perspective when you're
That
not
happens
taking
a
it
lot.
seriously. I don't know.
That happens a lot.
So, but you heard it here first. I'm pretty sure you heard it here first that Ladybugs is now out on Blu-ray.
Maximum risk. Welcome to the other side of safe.
Well, I have one last thing, Russ, to share before we wrap up for today. Actually, if you give me 1 second.
Yeah. Oh shit! Is this the fucking Hugh Jackman thing? It is.
Here it is.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
It's here.
Don't even open it. Let's keep this on display. Here, just put it in front of me.
You gotta look at it from all angles. Look at that.
What the fuck? Ultimate. That is fucking.
The Ultimate Collector's Fan Edition. Yeah, so after we after we had the podcast and we talked about this movie and we looked it up and we saw that there was only 500 and they were actually still selling them. I actually went just to see a video of an unboxing of this. And when I saw that this box was this big that the man was opening, I was just blown away. Like I really thought that it was going to be something very small. I thought it was going to be so tiny, just like a statue, you know, like a paperweight.
I love
and that's
how I'm
it.
not even in frame.
You're not, dude. Like, it's Jean-Claude now. He's on the show.
Excuse me, this is Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he's
That's
the
false
show.
advertising on the cover.
So I mean, this when I saw this box, that's when I made up my mind. I mean, when we were joking about how much it was, like $150. Oh my god, you know, whatever. And it was actually it ended up being $150 with shipping. It was like $20 in shipping, so it was like $129.99. But I would have never paid that money in a million years had it been a little paperweight that I thought it was. But when I saw the person open this thing up, I was like, yo, that's a steal. $120? We're going to open this up right now, okay?
Gosh, I don't want to. This is a work of art. I feel like I'm desecrating JCVD's legacy by opening this.
And
Here, let me hold it steady for you while you open it. Thing of beauty.
all right, first, now this is all in German because this is a Amazon German exclusive. This is the Certificate of Authenticity, number 248. There's still 250 more, y'all. If somebody wants this, there's still 250 left, we think.
There's 247 because I'm definitely buying one after seeing this box. How huge this is.
Okay, next. The movie itself. And I am actually kind of excited to watch this. I'm going to watch this for sure. Van Damme, Maximum Risk, Ultimate Collector's Fan Edition. Check that out, dude. It's nice. It's solid. It's like a digibook.
Yeah.
It's got some heft to it. Next. Wow. This is incredible. First, an arm. You literally have to build this thing, which is the other reason why I thought to myself, this is a steal. Like this is definitely worth having. Look at this thing. Look at this arm.
That is definitely Van Damme's arm.
Arm number 2 with the gun. Wait till you feel this base. It comes with a slot for the movie if you're interested in that. Pick this up.
Holy shit.
Dude, like this is such a bizarre release, but at the same time, I couldn't be more in awe of what they've done.
I'm getting a workout by lifting this.
The thing
This
must
is at least like 25.
at least
30
it's
pounds.
so heavy. Oh, here we go. Next, the body.
The torso.
Okay, yeah, that is right. Okay, so that's like that. Oh, dude, it's magnetized. It just sucked it in there. Whoa, that's so
Arms
cool.
Magnetized?
I don't know. I feel like. Oh wait. They hold each other. They are magnetized. I think it's like.
Yeah. Wow.
The arms are magnetized. Now.
This is incredible, honestly.
Dude, it is, right?
For maximum risk.
Who cares about maximum risk?
Maximum risk.
Like this, that's why I'm actually really excited to watch this. Why did Germany put so much effort into this release? Like, why? Next.
I forgot about this portion here.
The door. Locked. And last but not least,
The head of Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman himself.
It is not lost on us that this looks
Take a look
more.
At it. Take a look at it. I mean, it's really well done too. It's hand painted. I know the thing said, but this is like a legit statue. It's really nice. Like the detail is good on it. Like look at his face. I mean, it doesn't look like a damn like him, but.
I don't want to do
oh,
this.
Yeah.
This is.
Thank you, Russ. Here he goes. Magnetized. Locks right in with a magnet.
Oh my god.
Look at this thing. Whoa.
Now, if Ladybugs made a bust like this of Rodney and Jonathan Brandis, day one purchase.
No one's going to make a bust like this again. This thing is just awesome. And I'm so glad that we have this. This is now, I feel like, we joked like this was going to be part of our set, but I don't feel like we need to incorporate this into our set somehow. Like this thing just looks too good. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us below who this looks like. And tell us if there are any more sets like this that we should consider, because
gosh, yeah.
I feel like there's got to be other weird, bizarre niche releases for films that come with just some absurd, like gift set like this.
What's great about this set, though, is like I would expect this from Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
I would expect, like, because that Frank the Rabbit stuff, as I mentioned earlier, kind of like a hot topic popularity of a film like that. I would expect something like this, or for a Marvel movie.
Right.
I would expect this.
Yep.
A movie with Natasha Henstridge.
Maximum risk.
This thing is so beautiful. It makes me want to speak directly to the camera in a 5-minute monologue as I elevate to the ceiling.
And relive all of your past transgressions and where it all went wrong till you come back down to earth and live a more productive and happier life. I agree. I could do the same. Thank you, Jean-Claude Van Jackman. Appreciate that.
Our work here is done, folks.
So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And always check back for new content and new Blue news and reviews. And come back and see Russ and I and Jean-Claude Van Damme here at 4K Kings.